What is up, you guys? It's your favorite tarot reader, and I'm back. Except I'm not back with another read. I'm back with the How I'm Manifesting My Twin Flame slash Husband Day 29. I know I said that my last video was a 29, but I turned it into a story time. So this is going to be episode 29 for real. I know I got a lot of videos today in the same outfit, in the same position, but today is my rest day. I have been so on go mode that it's kind of like I just want to lay in the bed and rest. And as y'all can see, even on my rest day, I have readings today. Um, later tonight, I have one at 7:30 and I have one at 9:45. But the 9:45 is only a 15-minute reading. I'm gonna try to make it only a 15-minute reading so I can be off at 10 o'clock. However, y'all can see, I filmed signs and symptoms video. I filmed a video about exposing myself, and then I'm also going to film this video. So I'm working, sis. Even when I'm resting, baby, I'm working. Okay. So really quickly, I just kind of wanted to come on here, and I know y'all probably like, bitch, how are you manifesting a husband or a twin flame and you got all of this stuff going on? This has been a big thing for me because somebody even kind of asked me, like, can we still get readings from you, like, while you're going through all of this? I feel like this has made my reading so much better because I'm being made really strong right now. And this is what people don't understand. Just because people are going through something, it doesn't mean that, like, they are, like, not present, or like, it doesn't mean that they're less than, because I feel like at any given moment we are all battling something, whether we're aware of it or not, whether it's in our face or not, whether it's something big or something small. I feel like we're all facing something, we're all battling something, like, all the time, always. Even just me sitting in this bed, I'm probably battling something that I haven't recognized that I'm battling yet. So like, it just, I don't know. You probably thinking, like, how can we get advice from you when you're going through all of this? This is why y'all can't get advice from me, because I'm going through it. So really quickly, I wanted to name this video Marriage is a Partnership slash Business Partnership. When I think about marriage and stuff like that, lately I've been kind of understanding that more so than just, oh, I love this person. There's also a sense of, okay, this is a business. This is a contractual business. Now, as you guys have seen, if you watch all of my videos in order, I am now on a break with my boyfriend, and I'm pregnant. So yeah, by the time you guys see this video, I will be 6 weeks pregnant. So congratulations to me. And yes, so I'm in a position where I feel like you single until you married. That's just how it is. Like, if you file your taxes and you're not married, you're single on your taxes. So bitch, you're single to the world. That's just, it is what it is. And I'm starting to recognize that being in a marriage is not really what I thought. Being in a marriage and in a committed relationship is not all about just loving one another. Because me and my dude love the shit out of each other. Like, you and your dude, or you and your girl, or you and your peoples probably love the shit out of each other. But what I'm noticing is that love is not always enough. You guys also have to have a willpower. You guys also have to have spiritual maturity and a spiritual wealth. Like, y'all have to have an abundance and knowledge of each other. Wanting to, not even just wanting to, but having that drive and having that motivation to continuously want to learn something about somebody. Also being in, like, a long-term relationship, y'all kind of have to learn to play on each other's strengths and to kind of use each other for the benefit of the relationship, especially if y'all have children together, or if it's like a blended family, like maybe you got a nigga and he got a baby, or you got multiple baby mamas, or you a single mom and you trying to date. Like, I feel like whenever you come into going into a relationship, or whatever it is that you're going into, I feel like there should always be an instance of, this is my husband, or this is my wife, or this is my person. Because if you go in it thinking like that, it's way easier to kind of navigate the relationship. Because as y'all know, I've been going through it. I have been going through it in my relationship, and we have officially been together for like 7 months. So we haven't even made it to a year yet. And I'm really, really taking y'all on this journey with me of us being together. Like, I said 7 months. It's 6 months. It's definitely 6 months. Because, yeah, it's definitely 6 months. So on the 21st of August, it'll be 6 months. Which is today or tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, so we coming up on 6 months. Anyway, the first year of a relationship is real life, the breaking down of how other people have taught you to love, how you've been taught to love on another person, how you've been taught to accept or receive love. Um, so the first year of a relationship is really, really, really the determining factor of if you are able to make it work with somebody. It's like if you're able to get past a year, personally, I believe that you can make it work with the person. Um, that's not to say that everybody, because some people be in relationships for like 5 years and then that shit don't end up working. Or you be in a relationship for 10 years or a marriage for 20 years and that shit don't end up working. But I believe if there's an unwavering job, my personal belief is that if each person is here to serve the other person, nobody get left behind. Nobody gets left behind. So when you think my old version of what I thought marriage was I guess somebody loving you so much that they don't want to hurt you. You know, like it's not. I felt like love means never cheating on each other, never disrespecting each other, never physically fighting each other, never talking to each other crazy, um, having financial success together, like just building a legacy. You know, when I thought about marriage, I thought about having kids and all these positive things that are so grand about marriage. And I think that this is one of the reasons why marriages have died down so much and why younger people are not really getting married anymore. And if we are getting married, we're getting married so late because we don't have people in marriages who are willing to talk about the nitty gritty stuff. Like with me, I feel like my mission is to bring black families back together. Not even just black families, but all families back together to show the matriarch that we do lead our homes. You know, to know that we do lead our families. You know, so that is a part of my mission. Like I want to heal the woman, you know, and I want the woman to heal her husband and to heal her man, and then they together heal the children. That's my journey. That's what I'm doing. I'm healing myself first. I'm healing my husband, and I'm healing our children. You know, so as a woman coming into these realizations, it's very, very hard, and it's a lot of pressure to accept when you have to think about, okay, I am the head, or I do have to do this, or I do have to make sure that X, Y, and Z. As women, we naturally just mature faster than men. We naturally just, because we give birth, shit, we are able to, our bodies are literally meant to give birth, like at shit 10 to 12, 13, 14, 15, whenever people get their period, you know, we are able to create very, very young. You know, like even at a young age, we are able to give birth. We are able to do that because God said this is what we are here to do. This is what we are made to do. This is what we are capable of doing. So if if a little girl can bear a child at 12 and 13 years old, you have to understand that mentally, your body can't do anything. I mean, physically, your body can't do anything, but mentally, your mind has to be prepared to take on that. Right? Because it's not just one thing. We have a mind and we also have a vessel. And it feels to me like along the way, women have been programmed to feel like because we're soft, because we're gentle, because we're nurturers, because we creators, that we, or I think it kind of is like, because we're creators, because we give birth and all this stuff, we're supposed to be so delicate, we're supposed to be handled so delicately, when in reality I feel like y'all are taking our, not y'all, I don't mean y'all, but people tend, thank you grandpa, but people have taken our softness, our nurturing, our kindness as a weakness, and that's just not for real, for real. And I feel like that has been embedded into our DNA as women, especially black women, black single women, black independent women. And now my phone lighting up at 3:44. But yeah, it was just an Instagram notification. But I know for me that was confirmation, you know. So when I think about how I used to see marriage, like, I real life just used to feel like my nigga's supposed to have me, like we supposed to be good, like once you find your person, like it's, you know. And now that I found my husband, like being in the midst of my manifestation, like it's so much more responsibility as a woman than you would think, because not only are you having to teach yourself the kind of love that you want, the kind of love that you are willing to accept, the kind of love that you deserve, who you are as a person, but you are also having to teach another person how to love you while also learning how to love them. Because a man to treat you how his mama has been treated. That's how a man would treat you. But it's up to a woman. I feel like the woman sets the standards. Like, a woman sets the tone for the relationship. If you set the tone like, oh, my nigga can do whatever he wants to do, guess what? That nigga's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do. If you set the tone where, like, okay, I'm not gonna accept this, a nigga might try you. But if you stand up for yourself and be like, this is something I'm just not gonna accept, you're gonna teach him like, no, I can't. She ain't that type of girl. I can't really do that with her. But again, as women, we set the tone. So coming into really, really, really getting your person. So if you are watching this video and if you have gotten to the point in your manifestation where you have manifested a person, don't think right off the bat that this shit is just finna be easy. Do not think that right off the bat, your nigga just finna take care of you, or that he's finna feel entitled to take care of you because you're a good woman. You know, like, I really feel like being in a marriage means being really ready to face yourself. And a lot of times we think we're ready to face ourselves, but we're not. So we mentally try to prepare ourselves for this relationship, and there is no real preparation. There is no real preparation, because I feel like all that preparation goes out the window once you in it. You could say the preparation is me going through these other relationships. I'm prepping myself for what to do in this one. That shit dead, because I'm telling you, when you get in a new relationship with your person, with the person that God has for you, all that shit that you learned before in the past is gonna be diminished. God gonna be like, but you're not loving this person this way. You're not gonna treat this person this way. You're not finna show up for this person this way. Like, you know, God will real life show you what the fuck is up when you have met your person. And I feel like it's so hard because y'all gonna go through, it's crazy because I'm realizing that marriage is not always happy. And it's crazy because I've been noticing that marriage is real life sacrifice. A real love is sacrifice. Having to sacrifice yourself for another person, having to be vulnerable enough with another person to allow them to hurt you, allow them to have your heart, no matter if you don't know what they gonna do with it, no matter if you don't know if they gonna step on that bitch, rip that bitch up, cut that bitch up, fart on that bitch and blow it to another hoe. Like, I don't know, but you know, it's like real love in marriage is giving somebody that power over you. So before you can even give somebody that power and be willing to release it, you have to tell yourself, like, okay, I have this power. I have the power to hurt myself. I have power within me. I know who I am. I can hurt myself too. I can self-sabotage myself. Once you get to that point where you like, okay, I can have compassion for myself. It's 348, that equal 33. It's so easier to have compassion for other people as well. You know, like, it truly, truly, truly feels kind of like just setting yourself up and telling yourself, like, okay, I can do this. I got this. I can make this happen. Because outside of anything, outside of anything that could go wrong, there's also shit wrapped up that could go right. In the midst of any relationship, job, family member, close knit friendship, whatever, there's always shit that can go wrong. Always. But I feel like there's so much power in our reaction. There's so much power in how we accept people and how we love people. Because coming into loving your person, you really are forced to see your insecurities. You are forced to see your shadow side. You forced to see that you can hurt people. You forced to see that maybe you don't know how to love. Maybe you don't know what kind of love you want. Like real life coming into true love, real love, abundant love. It's hard. It's real life, like a business partnership. Like you kind of have to learn. I don't want to say learn how to get over things quickly, but you really, really have to learn how to be able to heal yourself while healing each other too. Like you have to learn how to talk yourself out of a situation. You have to learn how to think, how to take things. Shout out to my doula. You have to learn how to take things by situation, not even day by day. But hey, okay, this happened one day. We into it about this. We bickering and fighting about this. Let me not bring another situation into it, but let me focus on exactly what's happening right now. Can I get through this? Can I look at the bigger picture? Because one thing, I got some really, really advice from my doula. We were having a conversation about like my pregnancy and really, really wanting to make things work for the children, not only just for the children, but for the legacy that we are building together. And she was basically telling me like marriage is a real commitment and you have to be committed to it. You know, like it's not just something that you can keep giving up on. You have to be willing to see the bigger picture. Even if I was to say, hey, I'm gonna break up with you today, or I'm gonna break up with you today, I feel like you putting that energy out into the universe that hey, we finna be broken up. Even me, and this is why I do these videos. If I never would have did that video, I probably never would have had the realization that I have right now. So I'm so grateful that I could post that video and I could allow myself to feel all those feelings that I felt right then and there. But then I could also rewatch it back and be like, okay, I don't want to feel that way anymore. I don't want to tell myself that this is not my person just because we into it or just because that happened. Because and this is one thing that's gonna sound very confusing. I'm not telling y'all to just accept anything that a nigga is doing, because I'm still very much on a break. I'm not just like taking somebody back. It's not what it is. Like it feels like seeing the bigger picture of how whatever it was that happened affects the unit. So whether it's big or small, it feels like learning kind of how to address what's happening in the exact moment that is happening. Like it's not easy, but it's not that hard. Like it's not that hard if it's something that you want to do. I'm not gonna say it's not that hard, because when you going through shit, it feels like the hardest thing that you've ever experienced. Especially when your heart is really in something, it's the worst kind of hurt. It does feel, like heartbreak. It does feel traumatic. It does feel like, damn, like, okay. So, because I even asked my friend, I'm like, shit, like, are marriages ever really happy? Are relationships ever really happy? If I'm constantly having to compromise, if I'm constantly having to accept shit, if I'm constantly having to get over shit, because I'm in a position of like right now, as y'all know, if y'all have been following my journey, I have a boyfriend, and he cheated on me, and right now we are on a break. So some people could look at me like I'm dumb, like you still calling him your boyfriend, like you still plan on getting back with him, like you still blah 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 blah. The thing is, I have faith in what's for me. I'm not just no stupid ass bitch, and I'm not just like, oh, okay, he gonna watch this video and he gonna know that I forgive him, so he gonna feel like he can do whatever the fuck he want to do until I decide to get back with him or whatever. Nah, because you also have to think about it. Once your trust is broken, once something happens in a relationship, even if it don't got nothing to do with my situation, and maybe y'all going through financial problems, or maybe he got baby mamas, or maybe you dealing with a woman who's in a career where she works out of town, or maybe you dealing with a woman who won't submit to you. She don't know how to, she's too independent. She has her own, she has kids outside of, what y'all got going on, and all she want to do is take care of her kids, but she not letting you take care of them or take care of her. It's different problems that people can have in relationships, and sometimes those problems don't be as big as we think they are. They just be the on the surface problem of a way deeper underlying problem, if that makes sense, because I know that was kind of a mouthful. So for my situation personally, it's kind of like, I feel like, okay, yeah, we do need time to grow individually. We do need time to kind of like figure out our focus. And I feel like that's a really, really big thing in a relationship, in a marriage, in a long-term partnership. Figuring out, what do you want out of it? What do I want out of this connection? What does God want for me in this connection? Are we here to procreate? Are we here to be in each other's life for a reason? Are we here for just a season? Are we here for a little while? Are you here to teach me some kind of lesson about myself? Like, I feel like we go through these experiences as life lessons and stuff like that, as a way to kind of open our eyes to something that maybe our heart wasn't open up to, maybe our mind wasn't open up to, maybe something that we pushed in the back or that we refused to see. And I'm so tired, y'all. And it's just, it's very, very complicated, because it's like, okay, when do I find my happiness? Because like, if I was just to get back with the person, I feel like there's gonna be trust issues there. It's kind of like, if we were in a relationship living together, and you was whole living a life where you were texting females and being around them and spending time with them and wanting to see them and stuff, how can my phone just lit up? How can I trust that won't happen again? Because at the end of the day, like, I whole didn't know what you was doing. I whole had your phone password, had my finger on your phone, like, had access to you sleeping here at night, all type of shit, and there was still opportunity for cheating. So as a woman, in the back of your mind, you just kind of like, okay, how could that not happen again if it happened? But in that sense, that's where it's kind of like, love is not prideful. You got to put your pride and your ego to the side and be like, okay, I'm going to give you this opportunity to do better. I have to put my trust in you. I have to put my heart in this and be like, look, I'm giving you my heart to break. It's up to you if you want to or not. But I'm giving my heart to you. I'm vulnerable enough with you to give this to you, to regardless. And I remember when we first got together, he used to ask me all the time, like, if you so unhappy with me, why are you with me? And I used to tell him, like, because it's a sacrifice. It's not that I'm unhappy. It's just that I can see the bigger picture. And he didn't understand. He used to be like, Caprice, all you do is fucking complain. Like, all you do is tell me that I'm not enough, or I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, it's not about what you're not doing. It's about what you are doing for me and how you are showing up for me, that I love and respect, that I know, like, okay, this is what's for me. It's a bigger picture. It's not just, okay, why am I unhappy for this moment? But it's about, okay, could this potentially be what's going to make me happy in a long run, even if you can't get yourself together? What women have to realize is that naturally, I feel like naturally, we just know more. We are up on more. You have to understand, women's intuition is a thing for a reason. We are literally God's gift. Like, we are able to procreate. We are able to give life. Like, I don't think y'all understand how much power that aligns y'all with just being able to give birth. That's God, like, bestowing that power upon you. So you have to know that you are coming with a little bit more of a load than a man, than what a man has. You know, and a man has something different on his plate. A man's mind is not wired to want to just nurture us and want to care about us. That's us. That's that female stuff. That's that female mindset. We want to be nurtured. We want to be cared about. We want to get the kind of love that we are so used to naturally giving. When as a woman, you also have to see things from a different perspective. You also have to see things from the mind of your person. Where it's kind of like, I want to love you, but maybe I just don't know how to. Give me an opportunity to learn. Give me the opportunity to figure this shit out. I need to, especially if it's before the year of a relationship, I feel like there are little testing shit that might happen. Let me test you here. Let me see what's going to happen here. You know, like, it happens, like, with anything. Like, you're going to have to work through some shit. You're going to have to go through some shit, get through some shit. There are going to be tests. And it's not to say that, oh, I'm just going to continue to test you and see what the fuck I can get away with. Because at any given moment, you can teach that person, I'm not putting up with that shit. You going to keep failing these tests, nigga. Like, but, like, what the fuck? So, it is kind of like, it's a really, really thin line. I feel like marriage is about seeing a bigger picture. Marriage is about that business partnership, like, playing on each other's, like, strengths and weaknesses. Like, okay, outside of what we've been through, like, because I feel like any relationship that's really, really, really worth staying in long term, like, y'all gonna have to fight. Like, y'all gonna have to get into it. Y'all gonna have to fight about shit. Fight for y'all. If y'all never fight, that's because one of y'all fucking on somebody else and you just don't give a fuck. But if it ain't no fights in a relationship, that means y'all not fighting for it. If your nigga ain't never telling you about shit you doing wrong, that don't mean that you just no perfect girlfriend. 9 times out of 10, that just mean that he fucking around. Like, he going elsewhere. So the shit that you doing wrong ain't really bothering him because he getting it elsewhere. So if you in a position where you feel like your nigga ain't never elevating you, your nigga ain't never telling you, hey, you could be better in this way, you can improve in this way, hey, you was getting on my nerves in this way. If you ain't never getting on your nigga nerves, if you ain't never doing shit to make your nigga feel some type of way, that's not your nigga. Period. If your nigga not getting on your nerves, if your nigga not doing shit that he not supposed to be doing, if your nigga just the perfect ass nigga, that shit is fairy tale as a bitch. I'm not saying your nigga gotta be cheating on you or doing no fuck shit in order for your relationship to work. However, if your relationship not going through no challenges, that means y'all not evolving at all. Y'all not learning how to fight with each other. Y'all not learning how to fight healthy with each other. Y'all not learning how to come to agreements with each other. Y'all not learning how to get over hurdles together. Because first, it takes learning to fight with each other in that first year so that when y'all go out into the world, y'all can fight the motherfucking demons of the world and be able to do that together because y'all learned how to fight each other. Y'all learned how to fight with each other, how to support each other, how to show up for each other, even when y'all mad. You know, like, it takes a lot. One thing that I haven't come into realization, like, I don't see how people deal with people when they mad. Like, I'm not that bitch. I'm not that person. Like, and that's something that I gotta work on because my friend was telling me, like, she, like, even when me and my man mad, like, I gotta sleep with my feet on him. Like, we gotta sleep together. Like, I don't care. We gotta cuddle. And I'm just like, you gotta cuddle? Bitch, if I'm mad at my nigga, like, I'd be telling him, like, you can't even sleep at home. Like, I'm so mad at you, I don't even want you at home. And as I feel like when you realizing that you're in a marriage, you have to understand what you're manifesting. Because if I was constantly telling my nigga, like, you can't be here, I don't want you here, I don't want you home. And then guess what? He said, okay. He like, alright. And now he gone. So if I think about it, that was something that I really did manifest for myself. Kind of like, like if you are never able to just get over something, if you are a person who holds on to stuff, you really got to start asking yourself why. And that's the thing about relationships and marriages and manifesting your husband. Again, it will force you to see you, because it's not just about you. It's not just about you. It's about another person. And before you can even see that other person, you have to get past yourself. And I'm in the phase of getting past myself. And I'm learning like that sometimes you really do have to go deep within yourself. And like what I've learned about myself is that I can be my biggest distraction. Like, I allow myself to consume myself with other people and other things really, really, really quickly. So when I'm in a relationship, my whole focus becomes another person. When I'm learning that I need to get in my own groove. One of the biggest things that was a problem in my relationship was my insecurities. It was really, really big, because I'm like, okay, you always out working, but you're never at home. And it's kind of like, why should that be a problem? Like, and I'm not, without putting all of our business out there, it was a problem for other reasons. I'm just gonna say that it was a problem for other reasons. However, one of the big problems was, well, where the fuck is you at, and what the fuck is you doing, and who the fuck is you doing it with? If I was secure within myself, I wouldn't have been so codependent on, if you're with me, then you're not cheating. Because he could have been sending out text messages in my crib. He could have been talking to bitches on the phone in this house. It's husbands who literally text their mistress in the bed with their wife. I've done a reading, and a lady done literally told me, hey, my husband be on the phone with somebody. And I'm shout out to her. I send her love and I send her light. Like, because at the end of the day, people real life be going through shit. Shout out to her. I love her. Like, I just hope she's okay, and I hope that she's in a good mental space. I hope that everything is working itself out for her. I truly, truly, truly pray for my peoples. I don't know why that just came out, but for real, it's like, man, like, so much could be happening. So you have to be mindful of what your journey is, and what you're going through, and what you're experiencing. Like, I'm really, really learning that I have to take time for me, because I'm a firm believer that God can bring you somebody and then pull you all apart from each other, just to show you, hey, you wasn't necessarily ready yet, but I'm finna prepare you. I'm finna go ahead and get you ready. I can't get myself ready necessarily with another person at this point, and I feel like that's exactly why God gave me this pregnancy. When God gave me this pregnancy, because we have been manifesting 333, thank you, Ascendant Masters. We have been manifesting this pregnancy since since May. March is when we got together. That's crazy that I said March, because I feel like this was in our prophecy. So God gave me this baby as soon as God knew that we needed to be breaking up, to give us that faith. And I know they say babies don't save marriages and babies don't make you get back together, but I honestly feel like if God didn't give me this baby, I would have just given up. But God gave me this baby, because it's like, okay, take this time for yourself. Like, I know you need time for yourself, and you won't take time for yourself. You won't, because I've been knew that I needed time for myself. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm so consumed in it that I don't pay attention to me. And I recognize that I still had work to do within myself. I needed to be not codependent on another person. I needed to be dependent on myself, so that when I do have this other person, they are just an addition to my life. I need to have my work life in check. I need to have my finances in check. So again, once this person comes in my life, I'm not relying on this person to pay my bills and then getting mad at them if they can't or if they won't. I'm just doing that for myself. I'm setting myself up so that I'm not having to rely on other people. And other people aren't having to rely on me. Other people aren't codependent on my energy and draining my energy. I'm letting this person grow individually so that they not just taking from me. They letting me grow so that I'm not just taking from them and nagging them. y'all have to understand that everybody's journey is different, but you have to be willing to work on your journey. You have to be willing to work on the partnership, because it's real life a partnership. It's a partnership. You know, you have to see the bigger picture. Okay, this person cheated on me. Okay, this person don't got no money. Okay, this person is going bald. Okay, I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that. Maybe y'all looks. Maybe you ain't really liking how a person look or something like that or whatever. But you know, it's just kind of like all these things come up, and it's just like, but what's the bigger picture though? You know, like, but what is the bigger picture? So for me, to end off this video, I really, really, really feel like manifesting a person, you really got to be secure in yourself. Like, you really got to, because I do feel like it's work that I still need to do. I didn't realize how insecure I was until I got in this relationship. And it doesn't have anything to do about other women. It has a lot to do about what I feel like I bring to the table. So I'm not insecure in the sense of like, oh, you're dealing with another woman. I'm insecure in the sense of like, am I doing enough? Like, am I just nagging, or like, am I asking for too much? And I need to be secure in myself. I need to know that I deserve what I deserve and know I'm not asking too much. If you want a woman who's not going to ask for this, then go get her. You know, and it's not always about other women. Sometimes it's just about, okay, if you can't handle this, then so be it. Like, it is what it is. But that doesn't reflect negatively on me. It doesn't make me less of a woman because I can't make you get your stuff together. And a lot of women feel like that. But women, we are not here to make a man get his stuff together. Like, we are not. That's what I'm realizing. And you know, that's the good thing about this break, because for so long I felt like I'm trying to bring a horse to water and his ass ain't drinking. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm not supposed to do shit. I did my job. I brung you here. I led you here. You have to do the work. You have to hydrate yourself. Right? So yeah, I hope y'all got something out of this video. I hope you guys kind of understood the message in this, like seeing the bigger picture. Like, I think I'm gonna name this like seeing the bigger picture after he cheats, seeing the blessing in him cheating, or something like that. Should you take a man back after he cheats? That might be what the title is called, cause she's trying to get these coins, she's trying to get these views, okay? But no, for real though, like on some real shit, like, y'all, I think it's I used to be one of those people who felt like, girl, you taking that nigga back, like you. But sometimes we don't understand why people do the stuff that they do. Like, I'm a firm believer. Like, I feel like if you doing something to hurt another person, you really doing it to hurt yourself. Like, you didn't cheat on me to hurt me. Like, I don't feel like you didn't do that to hurt me. You did that to hurt you. Like, you did that because something that you had going on with you. Like, you felt unsatisfied. That's a feeling of unsatisfaction in you. I don't feel unsatisfied. I'm good. I'm good. I'm enough. You know, so it's important to look at things for like all of what they are. If you looking at somebody who's cheating and you being like, damn nigga, fuck you, what if you just be like, damn, what's wrong with you that you don't feel satisfied in your life? Let me talk to you, nigga. What the fuck you going through in your life that you feel so unsatisfied? And if it's something else other than cheating, let's say maybe somebody like is gambling all your money away and shit. Like, your nigga, like, he a gambler. He always at the casinos or something. Then you ask yourself, like, nigga, why? What's going on with you that you feel like your life is such a gamble? Do you feel unsure of yourself? Are you trying to get lucky in other areas of your life and you feel like you need the finances to do so? Is this a cover-up for something? Like, what's happening? Do you feel like, shit, I don't know. But it's more about getting down to the surface of, I mean, getting below the surface of the problem and like what's happening, but more so getting to the deeper underlying root of the problem. Like, okay, because cheating doesn't just happen. Like, it doesn't just happen. And I'm a firm believer in like, cheating is not an accident. There's no way you accidentally cheat. Like, you don't accidentally text somebody. You don't accidentally meet up with somebody. You don't accidentally stick your dick in them. You don't accidentally do shit. You don't accidentally go gamble all your money away. Like, when you decide that you went to go gamble and you snuck and did that shit, like, at that moment that you felt you had to be sneaky to go gamble, nigga, you knew you was doing something wrong. You knew you was gambling away our kids' college fund or something. Like, I don't fucking know, y'all. At this point, I'm rambling. The video is 40 minutes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I am taking personal readings. You guys can Cash App me at money's on CapriceCooks. You can also email me or Apple Pay me at CapriceCooks@icloud.com. All right, y'all. I'm out of here.